Welcome back, Pisces, to your extended. I wanted to look further into the cards that I took out just before the end of the reading. One was Breakthrough, and if you notice, she has the same kind of release as the Surrender Stress card. So if you look at both of them, they're both surrendering to better things. There's also a lot of butterflies here. It almost like they're either gathering around her or they're being released. She also has a lot of the butterfly wings. So there's a lot of transformation coming through. You have the waves rushing up. This is a very beautiful picture that shows a lot of important stuff, like just important visual representations. You have the Make a Decision card here also that I've noticed, okay? The fires of conflict into the green of growth. So right there it's showing you, just like the reading did, to go to look at this side, but then be compelled to be pulled towards this side where you're constructively growing. So it's very, very much follow your intuition of the moon and work out away from the illusions, okay? So if you haven't seen the reading from this morning, I would suggest that you watch that one first. This one will make a lot more sense since it is the extended. So you have all of this reading first, and now I'm going to clarify it. I'm going to read from this Make a Decision card because both these cards are really supporting this morning's reading, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got the full messages. So for this beautiful Make a Decision card, it says your sheer determination is highlighted at this time. Your spirit will support your desires and manifestations. The ability to create or destroy has always been within your skill base. You have the wisdom and confidence needed to use these skills constructively. Remember, I was talking destructive, constructive, and they're saying both these words here. Okay, no coincidences ever. So now is the time to act. If you know what it is you want to accomplish and why, since the powers of transformation are at your command, right? Okay, and you have the butterflies on the other card, but they're talking about transformation in this card. Okay, change your desires into objectives, your thoughts into actions, your goals into achievements. If you have recently met with failure, know that you can change that failure into success. The only limits you have are those you impose on yourself, and that's talking about flipping that energy that we were talking about, right? Destructive to constructive. So important. So here we go. We have the Breakthrough card, which is this one. Very gorgeous. Feel confident that things are falling into place, just as a seedling breaking through the surface of the earth. You too are going to experience an emergence. The efforts of your hard work will become evident, and you will begin to see the difference all of that labor and time you have invested has made. Count your blessings. You are gifted with a creative touch and the ability to generate new and wonderful things. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself for all that you've accomplished. So important, Pisces, okay? So these come into play even more from this morning's reading. They are not only a beautiful visual representation of what's going on within you, but also in trying to inspire you to move forward and move ahead into a more constructive way of thinking and of being. I'm going to clarify this reading now by asking for more cards on each one. So the first card that came out this morning was the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to ask Spirit to help me out here to clarify, to give you more information on this beautiful and informative reading, okay? Okay, so right, this Wheel of Fortune is asking you to get out of the Hangman, okay? Get out of this limbo, this state of limbo that you're currently in. It comes out, this card comes out reverse for me a lot of times, but I always see it as that way. You've been in limbo and now you're getting a fresh perspective on things. And it's showing you with the Wheel of Fortune that you can spin that wheel into what you need it to be in the perspective that is required for you to succeed. So that's important, okay? The Hangman is also the card of Pisces. It has Pisces defining it, so it is really within our scope. It's the beautiful sign that we go with the flow, we are adaptable. Absolutely. It's all about adapting and perspectives, and we have that in spades. So I'm going to ask for a card for the King of Pentacles. Can we clarify? The King of Pentacles, that beautiful superior energy. Absolutely. You have the Five of Swords that come out again. Okay, it came out this morning, the Five of Swords. This is growing from a no-win situation. Okay? Because what happens here is that as much as you don't want there to be any losers in this game, Pisces, there's always somebody who's going to lose, but it's because they choose to see it that way. So you have to grow beyond this with this energy, this King of Pentacles, and you have to see it for what it is. A lesson in growth, a lesson in seeing things for what they are, and moving on, and using your best energy, okay? And it's not about lecturing people and telling them what they're doing. If they're not ready to understand, they're always going to see themselves as the losers. They always see the world as losers and winners. They're never going to see the sweet balance that there is to see, okay? How to find compromises, how to make this world a better place, okay? The King of Swords. The King of Swords is to balance out this Ace of Cups, okay? To me, the Ace of Cups is a very tender, renewable energy. Like I said, it usually doesn't mean that, but I'm picking it up because the King of Swords is a king that's very mastermind in the way he thinks, okay? So this is infusing the King of Swords, that beautiful energy of air, of somebody who is like very, I'm having a hard time to explain this, but somebody who's like, I always compare the King of Swords to Spock. Low of emotion, great of intelligence, okay? Somebody who is strategic, very strategically minded. With the Ace of Cups, this is like saying you're infusing a bit of love into that king, okay? It's not putting too much, such as the Knight of Cups, who's like all over the place in emotions, a lot of passions up and down. This is showing me that this energy, you're bringing it in with all this mastery, with a little bit, a touch of love, okay? And something that, it's like a renewed sense of who this king is in your life, okay? Instead of switching off the different energies as you need them, you're bringing in this King of Swords, but with a little bit of tenderness, okay? Renewed tenderness, because it's the Ace. Just a tiny bit of love, okay? So that you can maneuver him in less of such a restrictive way, because he's there's a lot of compartments. You can see my hands, but that's what they're showing me. He's a very compartmentalized king. He has, this fits there, this fits there, because he's very logical. And you need him to be logical because he brings in common sense, he brings in logic, but you also need him to have a little more feeling, okay? So that's basically, I hope that that's come true as much as I am able to. That one was a little, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting sometimes how the messages are coming through. So I'm looking for a clarifier for the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, Five of Swords. Fives are hard cards. Fives are cards of conflict. Okay. Okay, so you have the King of Pentacles, double card. Okay, the King of Pentacles came through. So again, it's kind of funny because you had a 5 and a Pentacle and a 5 and a Wands. Yeah, a King, a Pentacle and a... I'm mixing myself up, but you understand. There's both kings here and 2 5s. The 5 of Wands is, again, to show you the growth in the situation, okay? It's like showing you a no-win situation. You will try to resolve the conflict, but then the conflict will not resolve itself. And it's only showing you that it's distracting you from what you should really be looking at. So it's time to grow out of this energy and into one that's more constructive. Okay. The 9 of Wands. That's a hard energy too. But it's so good. Okay, because you're almost there. This is when you're tired and you've gone, oh God, I should just give up, but you're almost there, okay? Right, and the Horseman of Cups, absolutely. You see this, you have this Knight of Cups, so this is a double card, they're right beside each other. This, it's showing you, and it's exactly what I told you in this morning's reading. You can use this Knight of Cups to propel you forward in your passion and your perseverance, to not give up. This is where that passion comes in to help you, to propel you forward, okay? Because when you don't have that passion, you're more tended to give up. You're more tended to go, oh, I give up, I'm done. But this true passion inside of yourself, this cup energy, this water energy that we all have, Pisces, that's when we go, no, I will not give up. You know, that dramatic person, I will keep going. You know, I will bleed and keep continuing, because that's who we are. And that's when you really need to utilize that passion, because it's that extra step that will just get you over that difficulty to make you succeed. So keep that in mind, Pisces, okay? When you're using that Knight of Cup and that Horseman of Cup energy, it's going to serve you. 8 of Wands, right. The Knight of Cups energy is very closely to me related to the 8 of Wands, because it can feel very fast. Passion in its infinite beauty is very fast moving, okay? When you're very passionate about something, it feels like you're moving quickly through it. You're very passionate, right? Think of somebody who embraces in a passionate kiss when, you know, they're hungry for each other. That passion feels very fast. It's a fast moving, I need you right now type of thing. So this is good when you need to be moving ahead into certain things. You need to be doing things at a certain pace. This energy can be used very well. Just don't let it consume you, okay? Because the Wands is fire. So inside of emotional, there's emotional passion. They like to be teamed up together. They like to be married together. But sometimes it can consume you, okay? You end up with a fire that gets doused with water, so you end up with just a puddle. There's nothing there. You've got to be careful in how you utilize this energy. All right, so I'm going to be looking for a card to clarify the 5 of Swords. Let's see here. Okay, the 5 of Swords, the Lovers. Right. Okay, so they're showing me with the Lovers, and you have the 2 of Cups. To me, it's just a different, it's the same card set in a different setting, if you'd like, but they have basically the same energy. It's about cooperation, and the Lovers is clarifying the 5 of Swords. You're going, how is that clarifying it? Well, because you want peace and you want harmony, but like I said, with the 5 of Swords, most of the time there is no clear winner, so you can't find that harmony even though you want it so badly. You want everybody to be happy. You want everybody to win. Sometimes it is good to just concentrate on your own harmony and what you can fix. You cannot fix other people. You can't. They have their own path and their own journey to go down, okay? You can't control their lives like nobody can control yours. They are the master of their decisions and what they decide to do, how they perceive things. If they perceive themselves as losers, that's what they're going to see. And it doesn't matter, no amount of wanting to create the harmony for you. They are going to self-sabotage until they see what they need to see to go on their own path to healing and recovery. Okay? So this was very important for Spirit to put out there. Okay, so I would like, there's a lot of synchronicity and a lot of double cards coming out in this reading, but it's okay. We're just going in deeper into the reading, okay? So we have the 2 of Cups here. I'd like to see. Okay. Ooh, another Horseman, the Horseman of Pentacles, right. So this Two of Cups with the Horseman of Pentacles, this is Spirit saying that sometimes these journeys take a while, okay? This harmony that you're creating, it takes a little bit of time to get there because exactly what I said, you're getting distracted by this kind of stuff, okay? And you fall into the category of trying to fix things like you always did. You're trying to be the fixer, the organizer. Oh, I can fix this. I can help this person. Instead of keeping your focus on what you were supposed to do, you revert back to what you used to do, okay? Trying to fix stuff. So it's going to be slow. Don't be too hard on yourself. The Horseman of Pentacles is one of my favorites because he's slow and steady. The progress may be hard to see with him, but it's definitely there. And by the time you reach the end of the road with him, you're going to turn around and realize you're so rich in whatever you've been accumulating, and it's long lasting and forever enduring in your life, okay? So he's my favorite. He's my favorite for that. He's one of my favorite energies, especially when I want something that's, I don't know, good for you. There's so many things that feel good but are not good for you, but this is good for you. Okay, so for the Nine of Swords, let's see, we have death, right? So remember, again, this is a transitional. You're going to feel bad. Transitions rarely feel great, especially when you're trying to get out of a way of doing and thinking, okay? So this is essentially bringing death to the way you were thinking about things, about having to fix the world, how you can fix the world, how you can stop it from destruction, right? The thing is that, as I said, it's their free choice. You don't want to get swept up in that. Because if you're trying to transition into a better part of your life, into a better way of thinking, if you're still stuck on this side, you're going to transition with them into their energy. As empaths as well, they're showing me, Pisces, that sometimes it's very hard to do. Okay, it's hard to break away from the illusions of what's your emotions and what's theirs. So it's very important that you find that line to separate yourself from these things. Okay, so we have the Moon. Right. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. You have the Temperance card underneath. I love this. We'll get to that in a second. But this is a Justice card. We're talking about the Moon. And the Moon has two different meanings, okay? The dark and the light. The illusions and the clarity. The intuition and the illusion of light, okay, the deceit. So you have the Justice, which is telling me that this is really balanced energy. This energy is coming in to show you how to balance things out. The Moon is coming in, which is also a card of Pisces, along with the Hangman. You began with the Pisces cards, you're ending with the Pisces cards. Beautiful. But you have this beautiful energy of Justice of Libra coming in to kind of just put things in balance. And now remember what I said, it doesn't mean equal. Balance does not mean equal. It just means what is balanced out for you. This is showing you what is balanced out for you. Card of Temperance underneath, another card of balance, okay? Very, very finding the balance in all things. And that is always a recurring theme for the Pisces readings. If you know this, this is Jane's favorite word. I am thinking of changing it into my middle name. Jane Balance. Yes, absolutely. All right. So I'm going to take one more card here. This is from, I think, this is Crazy Sexy Love Notes, but they're not really sexy. Well, I don't know. It's a little deceiving, the title, but I still, nevertheless, love these. Love these to bits. Okay. Yeah, I think those are the ones. Okay. recall, these always give me a hard time. They don't want to come out. Oh, made a liar of me again. Okay. You are awesome. Okay. You are awesome, Pisces. Beautiful message. Let me take a look here. We're in front of water, as always. Beautiful flowering. Beautiful for the end of July. Your greatest relationship is the one you have with yourself. There you go, okay? This is so appropriate talking about these relationships and these conflicts with others. Okay, so make sure. Build it, strengthen it, praise yourself, share what makes you proud. Your beaming delight will help others shift from glass half-empty thinking to heck, I'm pretty awesome too. And this comes into play to what I've told you before, that your life will be defined by how you live it, okay? A lot of people look for how to be saviors to the world, how to fix the world, how to be, you know, a massive force for good. And that begins just by changing how you live your life. If you live your life in the best way possible, you become an example for others, even in a small circle, because that small circle, when they change, they will be touching other circles that touch other circles. I remember this shampoo commercial of the 70s, and then she got it, and then she got, remember that one? Is it Head and Shoulders? I forget. Or I don't think it was Head and Shoulders. And so on, and so on, and so on. Some of you are too young to know this commercial. Look it up. It's on YouTube. I think it's a Head and Shoulders so on commercial or something. She told two friends, and so on, and so on. So that's basically what Spirit is telling you. Okay? Oh, and I love, this one came out. It's called Breathe Deeply. And we were talking about that, weren't we? Surrendering stress. Breathe big. Let it all in. Expand your fabulous belly. Who cares if your jeans feel too tight? Here's an idea. Buy a roomier pair. Deep, full breaths invigorate you. They release sadness and allow ecstasy to flood in. Ooh. Those are the synapses I was talking about this morning when we were breathing in. Pause. Inhale a long, slow, big, delicious breath. Exhale. Remember, whenever the going gets tough, take a deep breath and trust that you are capable of greatness. So they're reminding you again to breathe deeply. Look at that. And she's also walking and smelling the tulips. I don't think those are roses, but she is definitely smelling the tulips. So there you go, Pisces. This has been your beautiful, wonderful reading for Wednesday. I hope that you've enjoyed it so very much. You can show me all the love by clicking the subscribe button, hitting that notification, leaving a comment, and there are other ways you can support me in the description box. It's all in there for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings to you. Stay safe.